What's good, y'all? What's good? Man, ever since Ryan Garcia won the fight versus Devin Haney, it's been nonstop drama, man. It's been nonstop drama. Ryan Garcia originally failed three drug tests, one before the fight, one after the fight, like the day before and like the day of or the day after, for eye strain. And originally, it was a second PED in his system, nandrolone, that Tyson Fury got popped for a long time ago. But recently, it's came out that Ryan Garcia actually got past the nandrolone test, and now all he has is this Austrian thing going on. But yeah, it's been wild. It's been wild. There's been a lot of defenders of Ryan Garcia. You know, I've never seen that before. Usually, when I see a fighter get popped for banned substance or whatever, they just automatically, guilty in everybody's eyes. But Ryan Garcia has people behind him on this. But it's not a great look. But he's going to get a second chance to prove that he didn't intentionally inject Austrain on the 22nd this month for his B sample. I think that's just his B sample just getting tested. So we won't even know then. It's going to be however long it takes for the test to come back after the 22nd. So like probably around the 1st, we'll get a for sure answer. But this is crazy. Devin Haney, I guess, getting a chance to get his O back after this loss to Ryan Garcia. And, Ryan Garcia, he has his eyes on Errol Spence as he is attempting to move on from this situation. And Ryan Garcia versus Errol Spence, that's a good fight. A couple years ago, well, before this Devin Haney fight, you would assume that Errol Spence would walk through Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia showed a couple things in the Devin Haney fight, and Errol Spence took a bad loss to Terrence Crawford on July 29th, where he himself was knocked down 3 times and stopped in the 9th round. So there might be some vulnerability there. And Ryan Garcia, coming off his biggest win, seemingly has a chance against Errol Spence. And if he's cleared or whatever on May 22nd or June 1st, around that time, if he's cleared, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. But Ryan Garcia still has some legal things going on right now with the Devin Haney PED situation. At first, he popped for 2 PEDs. Now it's just 1. But me, I don't know. I don't really, I gave Ryan all the credit in the world after the fight or whatever, but this kind of throws some salt on that because you already came in overweight. He had the weight advantage. And now with this on top of it, it just don't make the win too credible for me. But Ryan Garcia has a lot of fans, so he's going to get credit regardless. And a lot of people don't like Devin Haney in the first place and Bill Haney, so it is what it is in everybody's eyes. Like they don't care what happens or what the stipulations were. If you lost, you lost. That's why I kind of didn't like the fact that Devin Haney was chasing Ryan Garcia to this extent to even get the fight. He seemed to me like he was a little bit too thirsty to get that fight. Like you seen what Tank did. Tank didn't want to give him no type of advantage. Like you got to come in my size and all of that. Like if you miss weight, if Ryan Garcia would have missed that 136, I ought to guarantee you Tank wouldn't have fought him. Ryan Garcia came in 3 pounds overweight, and Devin Haney still took the fight. He just took some extra money, like chasing the money. It was ultimately Devin Haney's downfall. And even with those advantages, the fight was very close. The fight was a majority decision. Um, it's a rematch worthy fight, more so than Ryan Garcia versus Tank, which Ryan is ultimately chasing. Ryan Garcia, I think that he would take a Tank fight over Errol Spence fight if it both was on the table, to be honest. And Tank Davis, he say that he actually give Ryan Garcia the rematch. It has to be fully at 140 though. Ryan has to make the weight to get the Tank fight again. And Tank is putting a rehydration clause on him again if he wants that fight. And all the money that they made and all that, I see Ryan Garcia trying to do that again. That fight was very one-sided, more so than Spence and Crawford. But since the money was made on the fight, the over 1 million pay-per-views, the over $20 million live gate, they're going to want to run that back. It seems like Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney did good numbers as well, but DAZN doesn't seem like they want to make that rematch, or Ryan Garcia. Like Devin Haney's decisions really cost him here. Like you shouldn't have let him come in that big. You already 3-3 in the amateurs. That means something. Like he knows a lot about you, and he beat you 3 times, so he's a threat. Even if you won the last 3, like you can't be giving up advantages like that. Now look at the situation Devin Haney is in. Even if the fight gets turned into a no contest or whatever, and Ryan gets suspended and Devin Haney get his O back, you still took the damage of those 3 knockdowns and all the damage throughout that fight. That's still on your body, you know? But Ryan Garcia, he popped dirty. He popped dirty, and he has a chance to, I guess, beat the drug test again, the B sample, on May 22nd. So we have to see what's going on with that. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. I mean, I would never thought Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia at the same time, there has been allegations. I mean, not allegations, but accusations about him taking PEDs even before he fought Tank. Because I remember when he was in Reynoso camp still, Ryan Garcia had took this picture where he looked at real buff. I think, this was back when he was still at 135. And everybody looking like, damn, look at how big he is. Look at how big he is. He on that dope. He on that dope. And then in the lead up to Tank fight, Tank accused him of being a PED user and all of that. But, that was just accusations. You can't really say somebody is that until they pop dirty, which Ryan did. So we don't know how long he's been doing this stuff. We do not know how long Ryan Garcia has been on the juice. you know. So he physically did beat Devin Haney in the ring, but that's a little tainted, a lot tainted, especially if this B sample has Austrain in it again. And then he won't be able to fight Errol Spence because he'll be suspended. I heard that. I heard that. I heard that people got suspended for 2 years for Austrain, and I guess that's what he would be looking at if he fails this hearing. Ryan Garcia may be getting banned for 2 years, but I also see a situation where nothing really happens to Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia is a presumed big draw. So people like the WBC and stuff like that would, probably look past it or whatever. You see Conor Benn, when he popped Dirty Forever, I forgot what that was, the egg thing. He didn't get suspended from boxing altogether. He just couldn't fight in the UK. That's why he came and had a fight in Florida and he fought somewhere else. He was fighting in America. He just couldn't fight in the UK. So Ryan Garcia, even if he did, even if his B sample does come back dirty, I just don't think much is going to happen to him. And Ryan Garcia, he can afford to sit out a year or two because all his money that he makes a lot of money outside of boxing as well. So I'm pretty sure he's not that scared of this Austrain situation. But he keeps trying to clear his name. He keeps saying it's a billionth of a gram and all of this and all of that. But it's there. And Austrain is, you're not allowed to have any of that in your system. Just saying that, it was a small amount like that, and it was right before fight night. That means he probably cycled off and probably mistimed it or something like that. But if you ask me, I think he did do it. I think Ryan is on that dope. Like he smoked weed and drank. That's what he told us. But I think he does do drugs. And coming out of that Reynoso camp for years, I think he probably did dip in the juice. But I just don't think a lot's going to happen to Ryan Garcia. I think they might give him like a year ban or something like that, if that. Because you remember when Canelo popped dirty, he only got 6 months. And he was already waiting 6 months to fight. So it really didn't even matter. And Ryan Garcia is seen as a potential next Canelo level star. So I just don't think much is going to happen to him. As far as Devin Haney getting his O back and then non-contest and all that, I'm not really sure about that. If the B sample comes back, positive, maybe that'll happen. We just got to see. But if Ryan Garcia gets clear of this situation, I would like to see that Errol Spence fight. I'd like to see it because, he's got a shot. 147, especially if they fight at 147, because Errol Spence say that he can't really make that weight no more. And if he squeezed down for that money, that'll be an advantage for Ryan Garcia. And Errol Spence style coming forward all night And Ryan Garcia, with the skill of stepping back and throwing that left hook, is dangerous, man. Earl can probably definitely be there to be hit by that left hook. And I think that Ryan's power will translate 4 more pounds. Like, because Ryan Garcia never really fought at 140. He's been weighing in at 143 pretty much the whole time since he moved up. What's good, Just Do? How you doing, brother? But yeah, I I just don't see much happening to Ryan Garcia from this Australian situation. Even if the B sample did come back, I just come back positive. I think that he's going to get off. And Errol Spence, I think Errol Spence would like the money that would potentially come from this fight because Errol Spence told us in the lead up to the Crawford fight, it's about the money. And Ryan Garcia, clearly represents that. So I think Errol Spence probably would go after that fight. But I think for Errol Spence's sake, I don't think he should want that fight at 147 because he said that he can't make it no more. Errol Spence been at 147 over 10 years, pretty much his whole career. So the weight advantage would be to Ryan Garcia. And I don't think Ryan Garcia is more technical than Errol Spence, but if Ryan Garcia can't hurt Earl, he's in trouble. Earl's gonna walk him down and pepper him with a bunch of punches. Probably could get a stand-in TKO or something like that. But I think those two fighting, I would say I would say 55-45 Earl. But at 147, I think that'll be 50-50. Ryan's more athletic, and he's got great timing with that left hook. So he's always dangerous for anybody. And they got a good storyline about the Derrick James situation. Ryan Garcia, he's good at building up fights. He's gonna call Earl broke. He's gonna say, Earl, you owe my trainer all this money. I'm finna get in there and beat your ass for my trainer. Uh, Errol Spence can talk some good shit too. Maybe him and Derrick James will be going back and forth. Can you imagine that at the press conference? Errol Spence and Derrick James talking shit to each other. And I think Errol Spence, I don't know what trainer he's finna get. I heard a rumor about him going to the Javante Davis camp, Calvin Ford. That'll be interesting because Calvin Ford knows how to dissect Ryan Garcia with a nice game plan that he sent Tank in there with. So that's a plus for Errol Spence if that rumor is true. But nobody said nothing like that recently. But that'll be a good pick for Errol Spence to go at Calvin Ford. So it's just been a lot of drama with this situation, this PED situation. I ain't really do no videos when it first happened because you know how that goes. You got to wait for stuff to come out and all that. You would have had to report different stuff every day, all day. I just wanted to wait for the facts to come out, and that's the facts. Ryan Garcia officially tested positive for 1 PED, not 2. The nandrolone thing went away. Now on May 22nd, he has this Australian hearing, And I really think Devin Haney should want that rematch. Outside of those 3 knockdowns, he couldn't outbox Haney. The fight was going as I expected, but them 3 knockdowns and this Ryan Garcia, and you ain't getting that decision. It was a majority decision. It's a rematch worthy fight. But like I say, you know how these people think, man. Once you get that win over the slick black fighter, you got to run with it. Because if you get back in there, you're liable to lose. Because Devin Haney knows how to adjust. He know what to look for now. I think Devin Haney could beat him in the rematch if he can get Ryan Garcia all the way down to 140, which he probably can't. Ryan Garcia, if he made 136, what that was that a year ago or was that 2 years ago for Tank? He should be able to make 140. Ryan Garcia needs to show more discipline in his career. I kind of want to see that again, but Ryan Garcia, the golden boy in the zone, they like, hell no, we don't want the rematch or whatever. Fine. If he gets clear in this situation, I guess the Errol Spence fight would be a good one too. So I'm gonna holla at y'all a little bit later. I should have time to make more content. Talk about Canelo. Duck Sauce Alvarez. Still don't want to fight Benavidez, I don't think. But all right, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Y'all have a smooth morning, afternoon.